going to like expose my life. I went through the guilt phase and I was begging the guy how to not settle. And baby girl, let me tell you something. Hey, the way I have been settling, 8 billion people in this world, and it will take just one person to love you the right way. Then the second one, I think I pretty much revenged, which, guys, please don't do that. Revenge is for the Lord, please.
My darling, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girly girl Amy, and you're so welcome to another episode of your fave. So if you're new to my channel, hi, like I said, my name is Amy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll really appreciate it. And as you guys have seen from the title, today we are getting into it because we're doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. It's girl talk, you know, answer questions. Yeah, anyway, I want to apologize for any noises that you'll be hearing, and I really apologize. It's a noisy day today, but I really need to film this today, so let's get into it. Please don't worry about my messy hair, I will fix it. But we are doing a chit chat. Girlie, get ready with me, and I'm going to spill tea. I'm going to, you know, it's gonna be fun. I always have such a noisy bathroom. Please bear with me on that. And then there's construction going on outside also, and also a neighbor of mine is playing loud music, but I don't have any other time to do this, so please bear with me, and let's just all hope and pray that one day I will be at a very quiet, beautiful office space filming my YouTube videos. Amen. But then guys, that's one of my goals one day, to own an apartment or a house whereby I also have my own filming space, and it's going to be pink with pink walls, pink aesthetics, and your girl is just gonna be bossing up. So I asked a few of my friends to ask me questions on the topics I'll be talking about. So that's what we're going to do. But then I wrote them down, guys, because I'm using my phone to film. But the next time I will ask on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on IG, please do. It's at Girly Amy. I'll write it here below. It's on your screen. And also the link is on the description box, so you can follow me there. And so we are going to start, and these are some of the questions that I got. And the first one is ideal relationship. Okay, so we are getting right into it. Okay, it's fine. So I'm using my Kiss Beauty foundation. So what an ideal relationship is to me. Okay, so first of all, I want you guys to know this about me. I'm at a particular point in my life where I'm just dating for marriage, and I don't really like just dating for the sake of dating or dating for fun. No, I feel like I've reached a point where I want to date for marriage, and so because I want the next partner that I have to be my final partner. Right now, in all honesty, I'm really not interested in dating. I am on my healing phase. I've just completed, like, okay, I've not really completed, but I finished like going through my painful healing phase, and right now I'm just on my better healing phase journey. Okay, so right now currently I'm not really looking for a relationship per se. I'm not looking for a man currently. I just want to build myself, and I always pray to God that my God is also making my future man's build himself up also, so that when we meet, he built himself and I built myself, and then we are together and we're just perfect. And I'm not just going to him with my own problems and him meeting me with his own problems, things that he hasn't worked on or things I haven't worked on. No, I'm working on myself. I'm planning to be an independent boss babe, and I'm also working on like some personality traits that I have that I don't want to take to my relationship. And so right now I'm really not looking into getting in a relationship, but I'm going to say that my ideal relationship is, number one, We must be God-fearing. Okay, I want him to have a personal relationship with God, and I also want to continue building my personal relationship with my God. And so when we join together, we all have a relationship with God. So this relationship will be three-way: me, my future mans, and God. So that's my ideal relationship. And I also want someone that's loyal, loving, the basic things we're looking for in guys: loyal, loving, caring, polite, not prideful. No, because that's my number one ick. No, I don't want a prideful person. I just want someone that's humble, someone that listens, someone that talks, communicates, all that good juicy stuff. I feel like that's an ideal relationship. Still on to the relationship question, a babes asked me how to not settle. And baby girl, let me tell you something. Hey, the way I have been settling hey, I think you're going to get you asked the wrong person on the settling advice, because I was just a settler. You settle until you can't settle anymore, until I don't know. So I'm going to talk about like guys and the bare minimum. Some people are just out here settling because of the bare minimum. I am that people, guys. I used to be among the settling for the bare minimum kind of person, because I know why. Okay, I know my reason for settling. That's because I've always been afraid of being alone. Guys, when I tell you that I am a hopeless romantic, like what? I love love. I love to give. I love to give love, and I just love making people feel loved and appreciated. And so I also would want to feel that reciprocated to me. And that means that I am afraid of being alone, because, okay, I never thought I'd be alone, but see, I'm alone and I'm fine. Like, what? I'm fine. Anyway, I'm saying that I used to be afraid of being alone, and most of the people are just afraid of being alone or living alone because they think being alone is lonely. But let me tell you something, it is not. And it is not a bad thing to be alone, guys, because think about it this way: you came to this world alone, you've lived your life, and you lived without having this person in your life, and you were surviving back then. And so the person comes to your life and they're just doing the bare minimum, and you're just there thinking that things will get better, or you'll just get too comfortable in the bare minimum as situationship or relationship, and you don't move because you're afraid of being alone. And yet there are 8 billion people in this world, and it will take just one person to love you the right way and to give you even more than the bare minimum. And guys, what am I talking about when I say the bare minimum? Bare minimum is when the guys they text you, they communicate, they take you out on dates, what else, they are loyal, and that's a guy being the bare minimum. And sometimes people are out here in relationships and they're even settling for less than the bare minimum because the guy won't communicate, the guy isn't loyal, the guy won't take you out on dates, and you're just settling and being comfortable because you're afraid of moving and you're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something, this is out of experience. I am alone now, and I'm loving being alone in my own space, and I'm finding myself. This is the moment where I'm finding myself. I'm this whole new ass person. I didn't know that things I didn't know about me that I am learning, and I'm not dead because I'm alone. And yeah, so you can just move if it's not serving you. Don't settle for less. Someone out there will love you the way you want to be loved. And if you're afraid of moving on or getting out of the relationship because you think it's going to be painful and hard, it will be painful and hard. It definitely will, but you'll not die. He's not your oxygen, she's not your oxygen, she's not your food, he's not your water. You'll not die. Just move on. Like, the pain will last for a few days, months, weeks, whatever, but you'll find better. So another friend asked me about my healing journey. Hey. So let's talk about healing after a heartbreak or a breakup. So for those that don't know, I have been in the healing journey for quite some months now. I feel like maybe it's been 4 months. I don't even know. Like, what? I'm not even keeping track. It's been such a roller coaster, but my advice to you is to go through all the phases of healing. I have been through a number of heartbreaks in my life, and the most recent one was like the hardest of them all. How I dealt with the first one, I just listened to music, was in my feelings, but it didn't last long. Then the second one, I think I pretty much revenged, which, guys, please don't do that. Revenge is for the Lord, please. Yes, I pretty much revenged. Yeah. And what was keeping me from feeling so much hurt, I was like, I'm going to revenge this, because how can he make me feel this pain? And so, that thought that I'll revenge toned down the pain, okay? And I just became like a bad bitch, because I'm like, I'll revenge. And I pretty much did. I'm sorry to that person though. Anyway, I was a child, immature child. And then now the recent heartbreak caught me, and when I tell you, I went through it. I remember I went through the guilt phase. No, the first phase was, you're shocked. I was shocked, and I couldn't believe that had happened. And then I went through the guilt phase, and I was begging the guy. But I went through the guilty phase, and then I went through the depression phase, when I had to finally accept that, he's not coming back. We're not getting back together. So I was depressed, and you guys saw just a little bit of my depression because I uploaded the video. And then I went through the acceptance phase, because now I accepted, okay, so there's nothing that can be done. I have to move on with my life. And when I started accepting, I started being happier. I started, I stopped being guilty and like thinking that I'm the main reason that the relationship ended. And I could now see the faults of this other person. And I'd be like, okay. So you go through it all. I'm now at the happier stages, and I'm like, no, I'm even in the hope stage, because I'm like, one day I'm going to find my guy. And lucky is he. I'm gonna say that what really got me through the heartbreak was my relationship with God. Like at this particular time, my relationship with God grew, because I'm now alone, and so I have no one else to turn to apart from God. And so when I seeked God, he really, really healed my heart. And like I always say, this became my favorite verse, Psalms 147 verse 3. He heals the brokenhearted and he binds up their wounds. So what really got me out of my heartbreak was, let me say, God. Just God. And other things helped, but mainly it was God. Friends helped, my family helped, being around family. Friends did help. Journaling helped me, writing down your feelings and what you feel. You can write a letter to that person telling them how you feel or what they've done that hurts you, and don't send it. Just, you can ban it. Please don't send it. Or if you want to, you can say, but no, let me tell you something, don't send it. And another thing that I used to ignore, but it really is the truth, is cut off all communication. Currently, I cut off all the communication, and so my healing is way better than before, because, communicating, or the Bible also says, guard your heart, guys. How do you guard your heart? You can cut off communication, block them, or unfollow them on social media. I did that, and because I don't want to keep on seeing things that remind me of them, or seeing them just in my face on my screen on social media. So I had to do it, and now my life is much better, and I am healing. I'm blessed. I'm thankful to the Lord. That experience though was such a great experience, because I learned a lot from it, guys. Can you imagine? I learned my purpose from that. Like, I got to know my purpose, and I'm grateful for the breakup and the pain that I felt and for the healing journey, because it's just okay. Let's get on to the next question. Another friend asked me about body image, and I'm going to talk about it, like body image, self-love, self-confidence. And guys, let me tell you something, especially after being rejected during the heartbreak, like my body, my self-love went to the rocks. It was at zero. Let me tell you something, guys. It was at zero because I was like, now why am I rejected? Is something really wrong with me? And I went through it, but that's a mistake we all tend to make. When we are rejected, it's not on you, it's on them. Never ever like pull yourself down or your self-esteem down because you were rejected by someone, because you are beautiful. I just had to go through the Bible again, and when I reconnected with God during my heartache, I would read verses like, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, from the book of Psalms, or this verse, it's in Songs of Solomon, and it says that you are altogether beautiful, my love, and there's no flaw in you. So I had to speak all those verses into existence, into my life, because the Bible also says that the word of God is a two-edged sharp sword which pierces through, and it's true, okay, and it pierces through anything, and it's true, right? So I would read that and I'd know, wait, God is not a liar. God, you're the one that tells me that I am altogether beautiful and there's no flaw in me. So why am I letting my negative thoughts or the devil try to lie to me and tell me that I was left because I'm not beautiful, or because I look somehow, or I don't have this no. So I had to like bring myself out of that with, mostly for me, I used the word of God. And then there are some people that I love watching that just boost your confidence. And for me, I love to watch this girl called Luma Aziz, and you can go search her, guys. I'm telling you, you will not regret, because she gives you confidence. Like, she tells you things that does make sense. So I'd advise you to like look up content creators that are all about confidence, and once you do that, they will help you they'll give you tips to boost your confidence, and it will work out. So that's how I regained my confidence back and my self-love, and I accepted myself. I just had to like tell myself, it's not you, you're so beautiful, look at you, look at your smile, just affirm things in your life, affirm the word of God that says you're beautiful, and also like give yourself grace, and keep telling yourself you are beautiful every single morning. And they say, I'm sorry, this is like a repetition or cliche, but they say you fake it till you make it. When you wake up and you're like, I'm beautiful, even if you don't feel beautiful, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself you're beautiful, you're that bitch, then you'll be all that. Like, it will come to your mind. But when you start telling yourself negative things, guys, when you start telling yourself negative things, let me tell you something I learned, that our minds love to prove us right. Our minds just love to prove us right. So when you keep on telling yourself you're ugly, you're not this confident, your mind will prove you right. It will tell you, okay, so you're feeding me this, so let me prove you right. And then you'll start seeing that you're indeed ugly. And then the energy that you have about being ugly or not confident enough, it will shift to other people, and people will see it. But when you feed your mind with positivity and you're like, oh, you're that babe, you're beautiful, like you own the whole world, the main character energy, then it will feed into people's souls, and people will see it, and your mind will prove you right and show you, yes, I'm that bee. So do that, feed yourself positive things about yourself. Don't Give yourself grace, guys. Give yourself grace. We all make mistakes, but give yourself grace. Don't tell yourself negative things. No, don't do that. Also, guys, on the topic of confidence, I realized that sometimes we always put our confidence in the wrong things. For example, guys, I used to base my confidence on like the person I was dating. You know, the way people can base their confidence maybe on the outfits they have worn or on the makeup they have done. But what if you wake up and you don't like that outfit you wore, and you go outside and you didn't like it, you know? So your mind will be like, I don't like the outfit, and so your confidence will shh. And then the days where you wore the outfit that you feel makes you look good, your confidence is up. So you see, when it comes to clothes, it can go up and down. When it comes to makeup or maybe your face, the way you look, what if you sleep and you wake up with acne all over your face, or a rash, or a red allergy? You see, your confidence would psh, if it was coming from your appearance. And also, that also happened to me. Sometimes I would base my confidence on the person I was dating, because I was like, you know, I'm dating, I'm in a relationship, and so my confidence was high also. But then when things ended, when things ended, my confidence psh, like I said, that was when I'd be like, what is wrong with me? Am I not pretty enough? What happened? I don't understand. So I realized that I was just putting my confidence in the wrong places, and I had to put it in the right place. And right now, when I tell you guys that my confidence is based on the Lord, I derive confidence from knowing that I am God's child who died for my sins. I am God's child. This being that speaks words into existence. You know, let there be light, using his mouth, and there is light. Let there be flowers, using his mouth, and there is flowers. Like, this powerful being is my God and my Father. Like, he's a king, so I'm a princess. So you ain't got nothing on me. Nothing's got nothing on me, not even the devil. And also getting to know that nothing can separate me from the love that God has for me. Not anything on earth, not anything in heaven, not anything in hell. Absolutely nothing can take away God's love for me. Let me tell you, when I had to realize that my confidence is always, because I know that I'm God's child. That can never change, you know, so it can never come down. It's always here, because I know, like, my worth now. Being God's child, I know my worth. Another friend asked me about finding oneself. And I'm also there, guys. I'm also trying to find myself in this life. I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, oh, I was wondering, gosh, can't I multitask and I'm a woman? That would have been a shame. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm saying I'm in that journey of finding myself, because if you've never been in a relationship and if you've never like gone through a heartache, things get confusing. Do you want to know why? This whole time you've been with this person, you've been doing things with this person, you created a future where you see this person is in your future, and then everything was just, you know, you lose your identity because you find it in them. And so when shit happens and you two decide to not be together anymore, you lose yourself. Because I was like, where do I start now? Like, I had seen this whole future I had seen this future with this guy, and now I'm just alone and I don't know where to begin from, because I had already like based my identity in this other person. And so I had to figure out, like, who am I? What's my purpose in this life? Who is Amy without this other person? Who's Amy when she's single, right? So I had to figure out how to find myself, and it's still a journey, guys. I haven't really fully found myself, but I started the journey and I'm glad. And for me, my main anthem on this was that if I need to find myself, then I need to know who created me. Okay, I need to, how can I find myself if I don't know who created me or how I was created, or how can I don't know if you guys can understand, like, for me to find myself, I had to look onto the one that created me, because he knows every bit of me. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you. Even in Psalms it says that I created you, I know you, I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you before you were born. So he knows things about me. And so for me to find myself, I had to look to him. And that's when I decided to create a more personal relationship with God, so that when he speaks to me, I listen. And when he tells me, I want you in this path, he guides me, and I just listen. And that's how I started, like, finding myself, through finding God first, so that he can, like, teach me who I am, because I honestly didn't know, guys. And let me tell you something, when I tell you God has revealed a lot to me, he has shown me my purpose in life. And let me tell you something, I did not know this, guys. I honestly did not know my purpose in this life. I was just created to live and die and just go. But now I see life more clearly, and I'm like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, because he whispers in my ear and we have conversations with God and I love them. So he tells me, as my child, I want you to do this. Like, things are becoming more clearer. Now I know what I'm really good at and what I really, like, my heart is leaning towards doing, which I can't talk to you guys about now, but we'll definitely have a conversation about it, and I'll tell you guys soon. I'm hoping soon. And I'll just tell you guys what has been happening. And how I've been finding myself. Okay, so if you want to find yourself, please start. And I recommend you look onto your creator to help you find yourself. And you can start by thinking, what is it I'm good at? What is God really calling me to do? Because we might make our plans, but God has the last words. And that was what I was doing. I used to make my own plans, but I will never question, does God's purpose for my life or God's will for my life align with what I am trying to do? But right now when I'm finding myself, I'm like trying to go to the direction where God's purpose aligns with what I want for my life. And we're like this. So finding yourself. And you can also be able to be alone with yourself and journal, right? You can journal, write things about yourself. You can take yourself on dates, and you can just, like, write things that you love on your journal, or things that would make you happy. Or there are a lot of journal prompts that you can search on Pinterest. Just search journal prompts and they'll bring it to you, and you can answer questions about yourself, and you'll find yourself finding yourself. So someone else asked about cheating and toxicity in a relationship. And so, guys, I'm just going to say this about that topic. So as human beings, especially girls, we have been programmed to know that we are doing things because it will please a man, right? For example, most of the times we want to gain weight because men love girls with weight, okay? Or others lose weight because these other men love girls that have lost weight. Or learn how to cook so that you'll be cooking for your man. I'll just do it to impress a man, a guy, right? Because we've been programmed to feel like it's a guy's duty to choose us, so we have to, like, fit in the part so that the guy can choose us. And once people are in a relationship, and because of that toxic mindset, they tend to stay in toxic relationships. So guys, I used to think that the only reason I'd leave a relationship is if and when the guy cheats on me. And I don't think I've ever been cheated on. I honestly do not. I've never been in a situation where I've been cheated on. I don't think so. But my relationships failed. Okay, so what's the deal, guys? What am I trying to say? Sometimes people are just toxic and girls tend to stay because, you know, we've grown with that narrative that a guy is the one that gets to choose the girl. And so you suffer in here with a guy who treats you like shit, sorry for the language, but with a guy who treats you so badly, so terribly. And the only times, okay, there might be happy times, but also there are terrible times, and the bad times also outweighs the happy times. But girls are sticking because in these toxic relationships, or in the relationships where guys are cheating, because they feel like this whole person is their soulmate, and maybe they can be able to change them, or they feel like they're so in love they don't want to leave, because if they leave then they'll never find someone else. And that's just a lie. That's toxic. And you should be able to live, you should be able to understand and appreciate your worth, guys. And it took me, like, I used to be one of those girls that I just settle for the bare minimum, because I'm like, but I love this guy, maybe I can change him, or it will get better. It will never get better. Let me tell you something, it won't get better, it will only get worse. And there is someone out here who would want to treat you like the princess that you deserve to be treated. And so when you're sticking into this relationship which is toxic, or someone is cheating on you and you still keep on coming back because you think it's love, that's not love, that's obsession. And when it's obsession, it's terrible, because in your mind you're like, I cannot live with this person. That's obsession. It's not love at all. You can be able to love somebody, and love does not need to hurt, okay? And this person, when they're doing things that are hurting you, that's just not love. And when you who are there, you're staying in such a toxic environment that 2 days they give you happiness, but the next like 3 days you are suffering and you're crying yourself to sleep. Why would you want to go through all that pain? I understand you're afraid of leaving, but please just leave, because there is better for you out there, and you deserve so much better. You deserve so much happiness. You do not deserve this toxicity that is happening in your life, or the guys that are cheating. You don't deserve that at all, guys. So you better just respect yourself to be better and do better, because even if your mind is telling you that this is my soulmate, I can change him, your soulmate is not supposed to be someone who heartbreaks you, or someone who cheats on you, or someone who leaves you. That's not the definition of a soulmate. So that's not your soulmate. If you're not happy, if you have your intuition that is telling you to get out and leave, please do when you can, and leave these toxic relationships, because no, they won't just serve you, and it's just not right. I forgot to say that when a person cheats, it should not be a reflection on you, okay? It's a reflection on them. I don't know what is twisted in their minds or what always happens, but when a person cheats, it's not a reflection on you or on who you are, it's a reflection on them. So never beat yourself up, never start thinking less of yourself or having less self-worth because someone else cheated on you. It's not on you. It's literally not on you. You're beautiful on the outside and on the inside, and you'll find, they're not just for you, you'll find your best match who is going to love you and not cheat on you. So just leave those cheating people. We have 8 billion people out here in the world. Most of us are single and we look good and we love good. So yeah, respect yourself better to settle for someone that's giving you breadcrumbs, or to settle for someone that's just the bare minimum. I was also asked about anxiety and stress anxiety, these related topics. And I'm telling you, the amount of times I've been anxious in this life, especially now when I'm a 23-year-old babe and I'm like anxious for like my future, and I'm like, so I'm growing up, I'm growing older, I'm getting older by the second, by the day, by the minute. And there are goals that I want to accomplish before I die, and so I'm like, what, time is running out, I am growing, and how will my future look like? Will I be successful? What's going to be going on? So I get so anxious. And I understand you, babes. I understand why you're asking about anxiety and stress. But mainly speaking on anxiety, I'm going to tell you this word that I got stuck with. And it says, when you are depressed, that means that you're living in the past. When you are anxious, that means that you're living in the future. But when you are at peace, that means that you're living in the moment. So always strive to live in the moment. My mom would always ask me at him, why worry? Why worry? Do you have a problem that you can fix? And I'm like, yes. Why worry about it? Just fix it. Do you have a problem that you can't fix? I'm like, yes, I have a problem that I can't fix. Okay, if you can't fix it, then why worry? Because even when you worry, you will not be able to fix it. And there is this other thing that I once learned, that worrying is like sitting on a rocking chair and moving and moving and moving. Rocking on that chair, it does not get you anywhere. Okay, that's the same thing that worry does. You just sit on that problem and you're thinking about it. You're anxious about it, anxious about the future, something, or anxious about the past, something that you can't control, and you're just not moving anywhere, because after you worry, what have you done about it? There is nothing. When you worry, nothing comes out of it. It doesn't change your situation even when you worry. So why put yourself through that? And I also love this verse. It's always in Philippians. I wrote it here, 4 verse 6, and it basically says that be anxious for nothing, but in everything let your requests be known to God through thanksgiving and supplication, and the peace of God, which surpasses all human understanding, shall guard your heart and minds through Christ Jesus. So if God himself is telling you not to worry because he's got your future, every time I've felt anxious or I've decided to worry about things, I'll just bring myself back to reality. Hey Amy, come back just a little bit. God says that don't worry, don't be anxious, because pray about it, and the peace of God that surpasses all human understanding shall guard you. So I just pray. When I have something that is giving me anxiety, I pray about it, and let me tell you, it makes me feel 100 times better. And let me tell you, when you pray about it and you trust in God and you decide to let it go and let it go into God's hands, it's easier said than done. I understand that, because sometimes it's always easier said than done. But when you believe that God has got it, when you pray, now that is 1,000 times better. Like, you won't be anxious for anything. That was all for the chit chat. Get ready with me, guys, and that is it for the question and the answers. And I am done also with the makeup. And yeah, now I'm about to leave and be on my way. But I just want to brush through my eyebrows, because I always don't put any product on them, because I already have like bushy eyebrows. And I don't know if you guys can see like the eyeshadow that I did. I did eyeshadow on my eyes. I hope you guys can see it. Right now, guys, I am done with the questions. If you have any comments or any like thing that you want to add on what I've talked about, you can comment down below. And if you want me to do like a part 2 then you guys can like comment any questions you'd like to ask me. I've also left my Instagram page, so I'll ask you guys to ask me questions through my DM too, or through my IG stories. And when you ask me those questions, I am going to deliver. I am going to answer to the best of my knowledge, or to the best of how things work for me. And yes, that has been it for today's video. Now I'm just left with, you know, touching up my hair just a little bit. But yeah, this was the final makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the makeup process. And yes, if you want more makeup videos, you can also comment down below. But anyway, that's it for the YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Remember to love yourself, love God, put God first. God loves you, I love you too, and Amy says bye loves.